you're from Ecuador, and I was going to say I don't know a lot of MMA fighters from Ecuador. I don't know a lot of fighters of any kind from Ecuador, and maybe there are that I don't know of. But so when you come from a place like that, that's not a hotbed of the sport you're in, does it make it difficult? And did it force you to do things that other fighters didn't have to do to find competition and get yourself up there?
It make it so hard because when I start, there was no road, there was no guide, there was no like this is where you should go. So I feel sometimes like I don't even know how I remain in the company for this long because at the beginning I was just kind of like playing being the fighter. My work ethic has always been good. I've always been like the guy that tries really hard. But at the beginning, when I see videos of me hitting meat or grappling back in the day, it looks like a joke, but I was being seriously about it. I was being persistent. I was just trying to figure it out. And once I moved to the US, I think I was like, wow, okay, this is how training feels. This is real. So I was like, okay, now I gotta figure it out how to level up and figure it out. But it was quite a roller coaster back then.
You got it done. Now, I guess the question is like, what does that impact on your family, especially when you move away for the first time? You say to your wife that, the people you love, hey, I'm going to go to another continent. I'm going to go somewhere else and try to, go after. I mean, that I imagine that's got to put an incredible strain on your personal life.
That was a hard thing to do. Leave my home for a year, left two kids, my wife, and just kind of like figured it out, try to make some money to bring them at some point. Because when I left my house, I didn't have more than 6 grand. So I kind of like everything I was making from some people that support me, little sponsor. I was like, okay, I told my wife, keep the money. My family will support you. Her family will support it, but just let me do this because if I stay here, we won't go nowhere. So my a good wife is everything in life. I think like a bad woman can drag you down, but a
Right.
good woman will take you a long way. And she was able to handle it. She was able to stay with two kids by herself, and just wait for me. And when I left, I had a lot of cancellations on fights, so it was crazy. Like it just getting harder and harder. And I had 5 fights canceled back to back. So I was like, I need to make some money to bring my family. So I'm just teaching a lot of classes, trying to survive myself in the US and just trying to, stay alive. I was living in the fighter house. I was doing everything possible to figure it out. And, you know, I just got a fight in Australia like 8 months later, and I was like, okay, this is it. If you win this fight, you remain in the UFC. If you lose this fight, you're gone. So I had a lot on my plate trying to like get. I don't want to go back home as a loser. I want to go home as somebody that failed. So I just told myself like, do this thing, get this win, and bring your family to the US, and that's what I did. I flew back to Ecuador, back, bring them back. I was here by January, so that was a little bit of a struggle, but there's nothing sweet that comes just because you gotta go through a little hard times to
Sure.
figure these things out.